Alrighty, start of day 6. Getting out of town a little late. Kind of just chilled at the campsite there. It's the first time we had Wi-Fi in a couple days, so letting some gear dry out from yesterday's thunderstorm fun. Yeah, just took some extra time this morning to let some stuff dry out. We only got like 106 miles to do section 6 today, so no worries. Pierce, really nice little place. We stayed at Prospector's Paradise RV Park. The owner there is a super nice guy. I mean, it's not like the most scenic campsite in the world, you know, but they have showers, a sauna, laundry, all for a fee, of course, but pretty reasonable price for the two of us there, and the Wi-Fi and garbage and everything else, you know, provided and stuff. So it's just an easy kind of stop if you're in Pierce. I think we got the blue cabin today, so expect some goofy selfies in front of that. Scenery's pretty good when you get out of the woods. The roads kind of just gravel, and then this surface varies between the two. Nothing real exciting about it. Make good time on this leg though, I tell you that. Pretty crazy. You can see all the levels of the reservoir over the last little while on the banks. Kind of a sign of the time seemingly everywhere is that the water levels are dropping. Beautiful water though. Got a picture here. That was Mark doing the walk of shame. He left his gloves back there. We've also made a feathered friend in this pigeon who's enjoying the shade of our bikes. What are you up to, friend? This reservoir is pretty beautiful. Heading up to the famed blue cabin now. Road is very dusty. Washboards, all my favorite things in the world. Wow. Pretty impressive. Alright, we're finally out of the dust bowl and traffic of that main road along the side of the reservoir there. Anyways, we're climbing up. Really nice views. Heading to the blue cabin, the famed blue cabin. Pretty excited for that. This road is thinner, more interesting. The views are better. Finally getting into some good stuff here. We've been driving logging roads all morning, basically. Super fun. Much more enjoyable. And much less traffic. Having an alright day so far. We're making really good time. We're over halfway to Wallace now. We've only been riding for a little an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. There's not a whole lot to see on the southern end of this leg, so you can kind of just go. Here we go. Some nice views from this road here. This road definitely picks up in terms of scenery and enjoyment the further north you are from Pierce. Yeah, section of the BDR definitely getting better as the day goes on. I'm having more fun anyway. Some big logs there, holy jumping. It's a good fast section. Kind of a nice break, I guess, from what you've been doing for the last couple of days anyways. Oh yeah, nice tight one. Woo! Yeah, gravel hill, woo! Fun little section, man. Definitely fun. You can have fun on these ones, just be careful, especially on the weekends if you're doing any kind of speed. I love these wood sections though, I really do. Very fun climb this one is. So this road actually gets a little spicy. We just come through a couple of rock guards. It was easy, and then it went to like a sand section, and now it's like a kind of embedded rock, a la little bits of Lolo, which is kind of neat. I'm thinking, oh, that's a big one. Oh, thank God I slowed right down for that. That was a poor line choice on a rock in a shadow area. Yeah, this trail is pretty washy up here. What's going on up here? So just leaving the little blue cabin in the woods. Pretty cool little spot. It is very blue. Went inside, took a look around, kind of neat little setup they got in there. I see people stay in it on the BDR, but yeah, for us it doesn't make any sense to even be anywhere near here tonight. We got probably less than half of this section left to do, and it's only like what, 1:30. So trail's really nice here. It's there's, you know, got a couple of rocky sections down below. I don't really want to get my feet wet at the moment, actually, if I can help it. A couple of sections down there pretty rocky, but nothing too crazy. This road's pretty nice itself, so good views off the edge here for sure too. Kind of everything looking back towards that reservoir that we came through earlier. Right on, so just coming down these rock gardens here. This is north of the blue cabin. It's pretty fun riding. It's a nice break from what was going on before. It's nice to have a change of terrain after just a morning filled with logging roads. Oh yeah, nice little rocks. They're not big, they're not challenging. I'm just trying to pick intelligent lines here. You could absolutely do these sitting down. I'm just trying to get a better vantage point on the gnarlier ones. Looks like we're done the interesting rocks and we're now into the very nice, relaxing woods dirt. The trail up to the blue cabin in that area was probably the highlight so far, and the blue cabin's pretty neat in itself, but yeah, for riding wise, the up and down out of there was definitely the best. The scenery is cool, at the very least. That is quite the canyon. Wow, this is something else. Wow. Very, very cool. Wow. Such a child. That's pretty cool. Natural cave. We've elected to take the dirt way out of Avery as opposed to the paved version on the other side. That one does have a bunch of tunnels on it, but I don't know, we're hardcore dirt people, so we've elected to not take fuel there. So I'm breaking my rule of passing a fuel station on the BDR. I have half a tank left. He's still good on fuel, and it's not that far to Wallace, so we're just gonna go there. We're just pushing through the last like 20 miles or so to Wallace now. I should be getting in around 4:30. We were making really good time earlier in the day. There wasn't really much to see, and then once we started reaching these kind of more scenic areas, we slowed down a bunch and, you know, stopped, smell the roses, as they say, which I think you should do when you're in these types of places. You only get, you know, perhaps one attempt. This river is really beautiful. We've seen a bunch of people fly fishing on it already. It looks really awesome. A lot of these bridges have awesome creek crossings right next to them, so you can make it like a little bit more adventurous by doing like a creek crossing a couple times instead of doing these bridges. It's awesome. It sure is fun. Rinsing the bike off a little bit. These are so much fun. I think I'm like addicted to creek crossings now. Yeah, those little creek crossings are so much fun. After getting all of our first like real big water crossing out of the way the other day north of Loman, I think we've all become kind of fond of them. I've always been a little bit tentative to do water crossings with this bike, especially when I'm so far from home, and you know, if you drop it, it's kind of not great. You know what? I'm a believer now. The water crossings are pretty fun. Little opportunity to add some difficulty to the otherwise pretty mundane gravel road here. We'll be in Wallace really shortly, like probably next 20-30 minutes here. We're just coming down the last big grade before we head in. Nice ride today. I think it's only 4:30 right now. Yeah, we should be to Wallace like 15 minutes probably or so. We'll get some beers and food and stuff and then head on up section 7, I believe. Oh yeah, lock it up, why don't you? So we are leaving Wallace now, northbound. We decided to just ride till our normal time at about 7 o'clock. It's another hour and a half. Wallace is a really nice little place. Historic downtown core. They've run the interstate kind of over the town almost. It's kind of neat to see. So, climbing out of Wallace, finally hit some dirt. It looks to be a snowmobile trail in the winter, and whatever this is in the summer. Forest Service Road. Pretty decent road. We're just going to keep an eye out for some sort of camping location along here. Here's hoping there's something half decent or not just sleeping on the road somewhere. We are going to have to scavenge for wood regardless, I think. The luxury of having wood delivered to us last night by the owner of the RV park, so kind of don't think that's going to happen again. Just saw a bear run across the road. Missed it with the GoPro, but just a little one. Looked like a black bear, so I guess that's better than a brown bear. But we're heading into some pretty decent wilderness. It looked like there was maybe some campsites kind of like off this BDR on another Forest Service road. Just really spectacular views over here. We're trying to make time, so I don't want to stop, but really, really, really beautiful. Wow.